Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Friday. It is Friday finally, which means it's the last day today of this week for you to have to be doing assignments, which means you get 2 days to play. All right, we are continuing our Greek story on Arachne the Weaver. So your objective, make sure you're pulling your target back. I can identify what Arachne the Weaver explains. Your homework yesterday was to retell the story. Shout out to a few of you. I feel like I saw Talon and Tavion's and Kaylin's homework assignments in my email this morning. So I can't wait to get into those and read those. So shout out to you guys. So we were going to retell the story, right? We would not want to start in the middle. We want to start at the very beginning. And when you retell a story, especially when you have the text in front of you, you can totally go back and use the text, you guys. Please don't forget that. Even in 3rd grade, 4th grade, and beyond, you can go back and either re-listen to the text, or if you have it in front of you, you can go back and reread it. So because we have the pictures in front of us, we're going to go back and practice retelling the story. So if I were writing mine, I would say something like, in fact, yes, annotate text. In the beginning of the story, we met Arachne, who was a wonderful weaver of, and in the text it said textiles. Remember, you were always using that text to help us. All right, so this is what happened at the very beginning, right? We met Arachne, who was absolutely phenomenal at weaving. And remember, it said something about how everybody used to what? Everyone used to compliment her work, right? Can I not scroll down? Oh wait, mouse, I got it. All right, then what happened? So we talked about how in the beginning of the story, we met Arachne, who was a wonderful, typo, I was supposed to say wonderful weaver of textiles. Everyone used to compliment her. Ooh, I should have added, there was something in the text. Remember, people used to, but she would get angry. Why was she getting angry? Because people would compare her to Athena, the goddess. Remember, that part happened in the story too. Then remember, I talked about using those transition words. So next in the story, there's my transition. Athena heard about Arachne, and you see how I'm using the characters' names and specific things from the text. So when you're retelling, make sure that you are going through and using character names and specifics from the text. Next in the story, Athena heard about Arachne bragging on her weaving skills. And, don't start a sentence with and, Miss G. Athena decided to show up as an old woman to see. After that, there's my transition. They did what? They challenged, I think if I click on this, it goes away. After that, remember, I went too far, go back up. After that, remember, they challenged each other to a weave off when she found out who it was. I don't know why it doesn't let me go back to the text, but challenged each other to a competition to see who was the better weaver. Then if I was to finish retelling the story, I would put something like, finally would be my next sentence, or at the end of the story. So make sure you're going back and using those things as you're doing it, okay? So now that we've recapped the story, let's pick up where we left off. So here they are. I'm going to reread what the text said. So the goddess and the young woman chose their colors and started to weave. When at last they stopped, Arachne grinned, for she truly believed she had won. She pointed out all the wonderful features of her work to the goddess. Look, she said, do you see how real that stream looks tumbling down the hillside, and how that water reflects the colors of the sunlight as real water would do? And if you move over here and look, the colors actually change the way the real sunlight would change. At last, she turned to see Athena's tapestry. Oh no, you guys, whose do you think is going to be better? Oh, let's find out. Athena's or Arachne's? Oh, look what Athena made. Arachne saw at once that the work of the goddess was even finer than her own. What does that mean, that her work was even finer than her own? Does that mean that it was bad? That it wasn't as good? What does that mean? Something is even finer than your own, it means that it was better. So she finally realizes that Athena's work was finer than hers. Athena had woven a stream. Look at the picture, y'all see the stream? There it is. Athena had woven a stream, but hers seemed to ripple and move. Ripple means like it does this in the water, ripples in the water. She had woven clouds that appeared to float lightly in the sky, and above it all, she had woven the gods in all of their majesty. Do you recognize any of the gods in this tapestry? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. I feel like for sure you should be able to tell who this person is, and possibly even her. Our myth that we did last time was about her. And I feel like this is, so we have Zeus. This is his wife. I feel like this is Demeter, because if you remember, she's the goddess of all crops and things. And I'm using the picture at context clues of this because usually that's what they would use to gather the crops. And I'm going to say this might be Persephone, her daughter. And as for that one, I'm not 100% sure who that could be. But, okay. Upset and embarrassed, Arachne turned and ran from the room. Athena caught up with her, asking, "But where are you going?" Arachne explained, "I thought I was the best, but you are superior. And no matter how long or how hard I work at it, I will never, ever be as good as you are. I shall never weave again." Ooh, let's stop and think. Were your predictions about what would happen right? Did you guys think that Athena would win, or did you guys think that Arachne would win? I thought Arachne was gonna win. Her stuff was very, very pretty, but I guess we need to remember Athena is the goddess, and so she has all those special abilities that humankind don't. Yep. Then Athena grew stern, which means you have a stern, harsh look or a stern face. That's what that means, harsh or firm. Then Athena grew stern. Everyone is born with some special gift or talent. If only he or she can figure out what it is and how to use it. You must not waste this skill of yours. We shall see to it that you shall weave again. So remember, that's what Athena was just saying to Arachne. Arachne's freaking out. "Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, you're better than me. I'm never going to weave again." And Athena looked at her and was like, "Nope. Everybody has a talent. You will not waste it. And I will make sure that you weave again." Oh, so far, do we know yet what this myth is explaining in nature? Do we know? We know that she's a weaver, that they had a competition, and that Athena won, but has anything in nature been explained yet? No. So can we answer our objective yet? Can we say that we've completed our objective yet? Nope. So let's see if the next slide is going to tell us. Oh, what do you guys see? What is this ugly looking thing? Blah. So what do you think this myth is going to explain? Remember, if you're using it in a sentence, I think the myth will explain blah, 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 but you're not going to say that. All right. She reached out and she touched Arachne's shoulder with the top of one finger. Instantly, Arachne began to change shape. She grew smaller and smaller and smaller, and her body grew rounder and rounder. Her legs and arms grew longer and thinner until about after 5 minutes, what had happened? She transformed Arachne into something. Now remember, we go back in the text, Athena told her, you must not waste these skills. We shall see to it that you shall weave again. What do spiders do? What do spiders do? Think about the stuff that they live in, their webs. That's called, they weave their webs. So what just happened? She made sure that Arachne was going to weave again by turning her into a spider. Good. Were spiders a thing yet? No. So if we go back to what our objective was today, I can identify what Arachne the Weaver explains. What does it explain? It explains, that's your homework. But let me finish reading. She grew smaller and smaller and her body rounder and rounder. Her legs and arms grew longer and thinner until, after about 5 minutes, Arachne had turned into the very first spider in the world. Today, we call all the members of the spider family arachnids, and that is why some people say all spiders are the children of Arachne the Weaver. Oh, why do you think that Athena turned Arachne into a spider rather than another kind of animal? That's your first homework question. Why do you think Athena turned Arachne into a spider rather than another kind of animal? And I want an example from the text. We just talked about it. Okay, so there's your first one. And then your second question is, you ready? Do you think this is really how the first spider was created, or is this story fiction? Why or why not? Do you think this story is really how it was created, or is this story fiction? And then my last one, this one might be a little hard, but you got this. Your last homework question is, do you think there are lessons to be learned from this myth? If so, what are they? I want you to think back with that one. Think back to what Arachne was doing at the beginning when she was talking about her work compared to Athena. What is the lesson that you could take from that? Okay, you guys, nice, short, and sweet lesson. I love you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I can't wait to see your work. Okay? Bye.